Hey, welcome to this round of Snowmobiler Television. On this show, we're going to experience a resurrection because we're going to bring this heap of a Yamaha Phazer back from the dead. But the twist is, we're going to do it here outside in the parking lot at KIMPEX. Why here? Well, it's because here, it's got all the parts. There we go.
STV is brought to you by Yamaha. Conquer snow with Yamaha. Ultimex belts. Performance driven, performance proven. Ford F-Series, Canada's best-selling line of trucks for 53 years. Tough, smart, capable.
Doing the repairs here I thought was a brilliant idea because here's where they have all the parts. But that was about a month ago and we really didn't plan on all this weather. But I think history has shown that for every good resurrection, you do have to suffer a little bit. Okay, get this off. Is the parking brake on? This Yamaha Phazer is owned by Jeremy Gerard, who you might recognize from past STV episodes. He works for KIMPEX and has appeared on STV telling us about their products. And he was the guy we approached when we had the idea to rebuild a snowmobile, knowing we wanted to bring KIMPEX in to help out with the project. Right away he was in. He even said he had the perfect sled, a 1999 Yamaha Phazer he picked up for cheap, but that needed work. So that's when I had the idea to bring the sled here to the parts so that when we discovered new problems, we could just go to that building over there and get whatever we needed. So at this point, we got tents, we got tools, we got the sled, we got a list. We got a lot more room on our list for more stuff that we're gonna find. So I guess we're pretty much ready to go. We've got 2 days to complete the repairs on the Phazer, which when you bring in shooting the story for TV part of it is a pretty tight timeline, especially considering we never even tried to get this sled running before we got here and that it's been sitting under a tarp for close to a decade. We do have a basic list of parts we'll need, and because we're at KIMPEX, if we need anything we haven't planned on, new parts are literally right next door. Now, making things interesting is the fact that we have to do these repairs outside. There's just no room to do the work inside here at the KIMPEX facility, in case you were wondering about that. The list of stuff to do on the Phazer includes a complete rebuild on the front and rear suspensions. That includes trailing arms, radius arms, bushings, and bearings. Plus, we'll get as deep into this machine as changing out the pistons for a top-end refresher, but I'm sure we'll find even more as we dig into this project. I got stuff falling out of the back of the machine on this side. Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah.
You okay if I get rid of the Fabrico homeowner trailer hitch on this?
Sounds like a plan.
I kind of agree. Repairing sleds in the KIMPEX parking lot isn't a service they normally offer up to their customers. Instead, KIMPEX sells parts direct to dealers, and then on to you where you have the choice to work on your sled at home, hopefully in a warm workshop, or have your dealer complete the repairs. Now there is an online option where you can search out your own parts and buy direct with shipping to your home. One cool aspect of this online ordering is how KIMPEX includes your dealer. Just click on the dealer you wish to support in your area, and they get credit for the sale along with the profit for that sale as if purchased through their store, even though they never even touch the parts that are shipped directly to you.
I think maybe we should get the right parts before we get stuff torn too far apart.
Well, you put a list in, right? So we know we have some stuff. You want to go see if they pulled that?
Sure.
Okay, you go. I'll keep going on this.
Sounds good. I'll
right.
go grab the parts.
Okay, see you in a bit.
That should get us started.
Do we know what's in there?
No, we don't.
It's like Christmas.
It's like Christmas, exactly.
I'll get a knife.
It's looking pretty promising.
Shocks.
There's a gasket set.
Yeah, look at that. Ultimax belts. All kinds of clips. Look at that stuff. Let's take these off so I can... I just want to make sure your hands are sopping wet too.
Definitely are.
I'm hoping they're wet.
By the looks of it, KIMPEX has almost everything to rebuild this thing from one end to the other.
So, Jeremy, when it comes to, you know, things like these radius rods and bushings and stuff, do you guys make all this stuff here? Or is this all sourced from who knows where?
KIMPEX manufactures quite a bit in Canada. Just up the road here, we have 3 different plants. Kind of all in this neck of the woods.
Yeah, that's cool. This would be much worse if it was cold and miserable.
A little bit more, a little bit more. There we go.
Just watch your fingers.
Yep. Excellent. So he was saying,
Didn't feel a thing over here. I didn't feel anything. So far, so good. A couple things that we've got stumbling blocks on, those bushings for the trailing arms, but we've got a solution for that coming. So go figure. It's easy to find the parts here for some reason, and everything else is looking good. So
awesome. All right, I guess we got the front radius rods on. We're on to putting the shocks in.
we're winning right now.
We are.
All right, well, I can pull apart the chain case.
Yeah, let's do that. All right.
So no chunks in the chain case. Definitely water in there though. There's some like white slime in the bottom. Shh, don't tell anybody. We're having a small environmental disaster in the parking lot. But I put absorbent on it, so we're good.
Whoop. If I was a 14mm wrench, where would I be?
I would probably be over here.
Right over here.
Getting used by me.
I'm gonna steal it and give it back to you in a sec.
Brake clean cleans a sled good.
Ah, the smell of brake clean in the afternoon.
Detailed, done. So we got radius rods, tie rods we didn't do. What else do we have done on this? Trailing arms, yeah, we got the new trailing arms. What did we change something else in the front? Oh, do we have shocks on the list?
No, we didn't.
Let's add shocks and cross it off right away.
Perfect.
Makes it look like we're getting more accomplished that way.
That's right.
Perfect.
So what we got here is the KIMPEX Rush ski, which is a universal fit ski that will fit almost any snowmobile from 1990 and later.
Do you think they would fit a Polaris Dragon?
They definitely have fit a Polaris Dragon.
I need a set of those for a Polaris Dragon.
Perfect.
Woohoo!
We're rocking.
That's tight.
And there we go.
That's a suspension.
Do we got a Sawzall?
The also known as the track removing tool.
You got it.
Have one of those.
I think we may have to call KIMPEX for some stud tunnel protectors.
Oh yeah?
The hockey sticks
Oh, those are hockey sticks.
just ain't cutting it.
Look at those are actual hockey sticks. Hang on a sec. See, there's two sides of a blade. See, there's the side with the teeth on it. That generally is the side that does the cutting. Just throwing it out there. It's not always the case, but
There we go, Jeff.
that's how
A
you
job
remove
well
a
done.
That's how you remove a track.
Again, a little persuasion, and we got her done.
Did that come out?
We did.
I don't think we need that at all. That's filed away. That's solved. We no longer need a idler wheel in that location. So today went pretty good. Could have been way worse, but I mean, at this point in the day, it's not bad to be out here and still not freezing our giblets off.
Agreed.
Anyways, they're gonna overnight parts from that building.
Across the road.
So we'll be ready to go in the morning, and we'll be back at them.
Right
Day
on.
one's done, and we're almost on schedule.
Yeah, we're pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close.
Relatively close.
Close enough. Well, we're back for day 2 on the Phazer build, which we still haven't come up with a funky name yet for it, but it might be the Hazer, we're not sure. Anyways, it's a good night last night. It's time to get at it tomorrow. We got a big list of stuff to get through by the end of the day today, because you're leaving.
You got it. And so we better get at it.
Yeah. First things first, we'll get the track in. We're still waiting for a couple of bits for this thing that should be delivered this morning, magically from over there.
Perfect.
Yeah, we'll start on the motor while we're waiting for whatever we need for that.
Right on. Let's
right.
get going.
Oh.
An air chisel is a wonderful tool.
I don't have my air chisel. Slamming 2 pieces of hardened metal together has never resulted in an injury in the past, I don't think. Ow!
I was feeling the knuckles this morning from
Need a
that
frying
shock
pan.
yesterday when I took the shock to the fingers.
This is being a pain in the butt.
Good job, Jeff.
We win. Done. My whacking arm's getting a little tired right now.
About an inch, slow down. Whoop, whoop, perfect, going. And good.
Look at that, super clean. Not. I love the fact that we never even attempted to start this thing before we put like $2,500 worth of parts on it. This has been specially modified to put gear oil in just about anything that's where gravity's not working for you. So hopefully it'll work. It'll probably spill out everywhere. Just fill it up until it comes out the dipstick tube, right? That's
Well, that all depends on the dipstick operating the...
Oh, there's definitely a dipstick operating. Are you working on an airbox?
I think I'm working on an airbox.
Oh, I think there might be a nest in there. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that stuff should not be in the carbs. That was not a setup. That junk is actually in there.
And just looking at the...
Is there a squirrel in there?
In the airbox, I think either mice or squirrels have decided to make it their new home. So...
I think it was a wise decision we didn't try to run this thing without taking it apart first. That could have been catastrophic. Legitimate neglect, that's what it is. Can't fake that neglect.
That is a project on its own. One of the big concerns is making sure we get no debris down in that bottom end.
I think we need to make a Sea-Doo show and start rebuilding Sea-Doos in the parking lot by the beach.
I'll volunteer to help for those. As long as you're not in a Speedo.
Yeah. You got the arrow pointed towards the front?
I got the arrow pointing towards the front.
It's a good thing.
Should be
There we go.
There we go.
That's a piston and a bore.
All right.
That's one.
That's one.
There we go. That's like it's supposed to go.
We're in.
Woohoo! You did put the base gasket in, eh?
Base gasket.
So we got spark, we got the motor back together, got carbs on, exhaust is on, got to deal with the tank and the rear suspension and the seat at a later date, but I'm hungry.
I think that's a great idea.
I think it's time for lunch.
Lunchtime it is.
Lunch. All right, well, I think our parts should be ready over at shipping there, so I'm gonna go pick them up and I'll be back.
Right on. I'm gonna finish up with the last few pieces here in the suspension, and then we're ready to put it back in.
Cool. Well, I'll travel over to that building. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Salut Bruno. I'm here for my parts.
Yes. So you want to go inside and find them?
I want to go inside.
All right. I'll show it to you.
Okay.
Cool.
I got parts.
Did you get parts, or did you come back with Bernice's phone number from the warehouse? What took so long?
Well, I got that too, but I got parts. This is the handiest thing ever. You just go over there, and there's like thousands of parts.
Well,
Like if you needed parts, like you go there. I'm not sure if we need all these parts. I know we needed this shaft. I'm gonna give you the shaft. I also got heated hand warmers because that's very important at this point, and a new windshield.
Awesome.
There's nothing really to do with getting that thing running, but this is important. We need that.
Well, let's get that together.
All right. So you're gonna leave the hockey sticks in there?
I think we made the decision to leave the hockey sticks in there.
I think the hockey sticks are just fine.
It's very Canadian.
Very Canadian, eh? You watch guys that do this all the time, and they make it look so easy.
There we go.
That's in. Grips are here.
So we're replacing the original factory ones with some KIMPEX ones. So, are we doing this with the instructions?
No instructions. I think you just hook up 2 wires and go, right? I don't think we need any of that stuff, do we? Not that this is super important right now, but putting it on anyways.
Now, does this?
You know, just putting a windshield on this thing makes it look so much better. I mean, that old yellow crappy one is making it look rather used.
Yep. What kind of belt you using there, Jeff?
This would be a Ultimax Pro, made in USA in a state called Missouri. We were there a couple weeks ago.
The original
Belt plant. You know, that place is super cool. Clean carbs done, pistons done, carb boots, throttle cable, windshield, track we did, ignition switch we didn't do that, that's done. So you got to do that yet. That's not going to happen here. Seat cover's not going to happen here. Okay, so we got a couple of wins and fails. Basically, everything's pretty much a win, but we do have a fail on the seat cover. The new one needs an upholstery stapler.
Yep.
To be put on properly. So we're gonna run with the old seat for right now and just kind of rock that, and Jeremy's gonna change that out at home. We are, however, at the 11th hour and we still have not got it running. Still gotta pump the tank out because there's basically turpentine in there right now. They're coming with a pump, but we got spark, so that's good. But really we have everything else is kind of an unknown. So we've got this sort of sled that's ready to go, but still has not run. I remember these days. Yeah, turning and hanging ham off the inside. We have a pump.
We have a pump.
We have a pump.
Awesome. Let's get a pump going. This is a product
Terra pump
called the Terra Pump. It runs on 4 AA batteries.
Yeah.
You just drop it down into the tank, and
can we just pour this in your truck so we can use it up?
no, thank you.
No, you sure? I mean, you've got that mighty Dodge over there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure it can ram it through the fuel system.
It's alive!
Look at the crap coming out of it. This is the proper way of seating new rings, by the way. we on the gas now?
I think we're on the gas now. Nope, nope.
Oh boy! Hang on!
Well,
Back her on out, take her for a trip.
I think go get your helmet. I'm gonna let you do the honors.
At the end of our 2 days, I've concluded repairing a sled in a nice warm garage is much better. And I don't think KIMPEX wants a lineup of lads fixing their derelict old rides in their parking lot anyways. But this was meant as a challenge and something a little different from what we normally do on STV. And in that regard, I think we've got a win. It was great to bring back a sled from the dead, because let's face it, we installed about, I don't know, $3,000 worth of parts on a sled that's still only worth around $2, so essentially we polished a turd here. But if we hadn't done this rebuild, this sled would have been parted out or sent for scrap, and that would have been a shame. Because even though it's just a Phazer, these sleds and others like it were a load of fun back in the day. And with a little work and some KIMPEX parts, there's no reason that sleds like this couldn't be a load of fun today either. Until next time on STV, I hope you can get that old iron out of storage, because it's a bunch of fun to wrench on, and if you're successful, you too can ride off in a cloud of two-stroke smoke.
STV has been brought to you by CKX. Wear your passion. On Snow Magazine, for snowmobilers from snowmobilers.
While Jeremy's inside, I can do things like change out the fuel cap. Uh-oh. Ooh, wrong cap. Never mind.